Walk into any pharmacy and scan the supplement aisle. Every bottle gleams with the promise of iron, positioning this heavy metal as a fundamental requirement for every adult. Your standard daily multivitamin doubles down on it. Prenatal vitamins pack it in by the milligram. Even at your annual physical, your doctor checks your hemoglobin, nods approvingly if the number is high, and sends you on your way. The medical establishment focuses almost exclusively on preventing iron deficiency, but nobody mentions the iron accumulating in your liver, your heart, and your brain. Iron excess is far more common and dangerous than the anemia everyone worries about, and it is quietly building up inside you. The problem comes down to a glaring evolutionary flaw. Unlike sodium, potassium, or calcium, your body has no regulated mechanism for excreting excess iron. Your intestines absorb it, and once it's in, it stays in. Your body locks iron inside storage proteins. Ferritin acts as a vault. Transferrin shuttles it through your bloodstream. But a lifetime of iron-fortified foods and supplements pushes them to maximum capacity. The cages shatter, spilling free-floating iron into your tissues. Free iron ceases to be a nutrient at that point. Stripped of its protective protein shell, this heavy metal becomes a biological wrecking ball. To understand the damage this causes, we have to look closely at the microscopic environment inside a human cell, where free iron interacts with normal biological byproducts. Chemists discovered the Ferritin reaction over a century ago. When free ferrous iron meets hydrogen peroxide, a standard cellular byproduct, it snaps the peroxide in half. The result is a hydroxyl radical, one of biology's most destructive, unstable molecules. Because they are so reactive, these radicals indiscriminately attack whatever is closest. They ricochet through cells, tearing into DNA, proteins, and essential cellular structures. This molecular destruction isn't a theory. It is actively happening in your tissues right now, and the rate of damage scales directly with the amount of free iron present in your system. The most vulnerable targets for these radicals are polyunsaturated fats, or PUFAs. These are the fats found in common dietary seed oils, and they are built with fragile double chemical bonds. Your body uses these exact fats to construct your cell membranes. When excess iron generates hydroxyl radicals near these cell membranes, those radicals immediately rip into the unstable double bonds of the omega-6 fats. This triggers a chain reaction known as lipid peroxidation. The fats making up your cell walls begin rusting from the inside out, producing toxic byproducts that cause the entire cell to collapse. In 2012, researchers at Columbia University identified this specific iron-dependent destruction of cells and named it ferroptosis. It is now recognized as a distinct form of cell death, separate from the body's normal pruning processes. Iron provides the spark. The polyunsaturated fats provide the fuel. Together, your cell membranes burn. Yet standard nutritional advice continues to push for the increased consumption of both. This data shows standard normal ferritin lab ranges against mortality rates from a 2014 study of over 12,000 adults. It reveals that the acceptable normal lab range for iron storage includes levels where the risk of dying begins to spike. Jerome Sullivan proposed the iron hypothesis in 1981 in The Lancet, attempting to explain the massive gap in heart disease rates between men and premenopausal women. Sullivan theorized that women are protected because they lose blood monthly. Menstruation acts as a natural, recurring iron dumping mechanism, clearing out the metal before it can trigger ferroptosis in the cardiovascular system. When menstruation stops post-menopause, that natural excretion route disappears. A woman's iron stores rapidly climb to perfectly match a man's, and her cardiovascular risk follows the exact same trajectory. Despite decades of evidence, mainstream cardiology largely ignored this reality. The standard medical model continues to normalize iron levels in adult men and postmenopausal women that are associated with cellular damage. But a 1998 study from Finland, the Kuopio Ischemic Heart Disease Risk Factor Study, tracked the health outcomes of thousands of adult men over years. The results were definitive. Men who were regular blood donors had a significantly lower risk of heart attacks compared to non-donors. The mechanism is physical, not metabolic. Giving blood is the only direct route to manually remove the accumulated iron burden from the body's tissues. This intervention is fully published and peer-reviewed. Yet it remains absent from standard medical advice, largely because a free blood donation drive does not generate profit for the supplement industry. Because the human body lacks an off switch for iron, blood donation is the most direct physical method to stop the cellular oxidation of our tissues.